I'll be doing my commemorative speech on Chris Paul today. Christopher Emmanuel Paul, aka better known as Chris Paul, or better known as CP3, was born in Louisville, North Carolina on May 6, 1985. At the age of the day, he is 34. He is an American professional NBA player. Chris Paul plays for the Oklahoma Thunder at the starting point position of point guard that stands at 6'1", which is my height. His former teams he played for as goes from recent to early: the Oklahoma Thunder, which is his current team; the Houston Rockets, which is his previous team right before this one; the Los Angeles Clippers; and the New Orleans Hornets. At the starting position of point guard for each one of the teams. He started his career off with the New Orleans Hornets as being the 4th overall pick of the first round in 2005, to where he got drafted. He wears the jersey number just like some of the greatest basketball players known as Allen Iverson, Dwayne Wade, and obviously now Chris Paul, which is the number 3, CP3, 3, yeah. Chris Paul is married to the beautiful Jada Crowley, to where they have 2 beautiful children. They was married since 2011, and the children's names are Christopher Emmanuel Paul II, which makes him a junior, obviously. Cameron Alexis Paul, that is his children. Chris Paul has been claimed to be one of the NBA's greatest point guards because on a regular basis he can rack up tons of assists and points per game while also having steals. In Paul's early life, he was recruited and attended the college Wake Forest Demon Deacon, so he was a Demon Deacon. While he was at Wake Forest, he broke records while also setting records in the categories of assists, steals, free throws, and three-point percentages. He was named Rookie of the Year while at Wake Forest at the Atlantic Coast Conference. That's a pretty big accomplishment, as I might say for myself. That's amazing. After his time at Wake Forest, he then went to play professional basketball, to where he was drafted by the New Orleans Hornets, and then once again was named Rookie of the Year every month for that whole NBA season. Throughout his entire NBA career, he has attained a few awards that's going as NBA Rookie of the Year Award, NBA All-Star Game, Kobe Bryant MVP Award, All-Time NBA Team, NBA All-Defensive Team, NBA All-Rookie Team, Best Breakthrough Athlete ESPY Award, and U.S. Basketball Male of the Year Award. Although Paul never attained the MVP award during the regular season, he was well morally deserving of it. But unfortunately, they found a player well more deserving and beneficial for them at the time, so they gave it to them. But like I said, he was deserving of it. Paul's stats was some of the best stats to go along in NBA history, and the stats were going as this: from 2005 to 2011, his average amount of points per game was at 18.6, 6 assists, and 149 steals. He also has many other stats, but they're less important. So let's talk more about the 2005-2011 I have right here. Piece of paper that I wrote down the stats that he had and done the averages. So in 2005 to 2011, throughout, his points per game was 16.1, 17.3, 21.1, 22.8, 18.7, 15.8, which I said averaged up to 18.6. His assists per game was 6, 3, 4, 10, 8, and 5. And his steals per game was, per season, per season was 183, 163, 161, 201, 231, 112, and 177. Then you go to 2011 to 2017, his averages was followed at 18.8, 9 assists, 159 steals, and finally 2017 to 2019, he followed at 17.1, 16, and 190. So as you can see, Chris Paul was an outstanding player. He was outstanding on the court. He was just the perfect mix for a team that could get things done. He was a defensive player. He was a court visionist. He could see the court. He could get you the ball. He was a dimer. Dimer means he was a great passer. Excuse me. Yeah, he was a great passer, great teammate. He could get jobs done that some others couldn't do. Great ball handling. Excuse me. He has looseness, such as, oh, excuse me. Some might know Julius Erving. You might know Julius Erving. He was great, elusive, relentless also. He was fast, and he has many other attributes. But his main attributes was the defensiveness, the handling, the court vision, and his aloofness, his speed. So, to finish up my speech, know Chris Paul, better known as CP3, was an outstanding player. All of the information that I received from my speech today came from www.biography.com/athlete/Chris Paul. Thank you.